Thanks to the EA Creator Network, I got early access to The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits expansion pack, and I took the liberty of laying out every single item in the entire build by catalog to show it to you in every single swatch to give you a very large overview of everything that we got, and you can use this to inform your decision on if you want to buy this pack or not. And I'm excited to show it to you. If you decide to buy this pack, make sure you use code DizzyMissLizzy at checkout on the EA app or thesims.com. It is not a discount code, but is a really great way to support me and my content, as I do make commission off of it. So here is all the build buy. So this is every item except for the jungle gym items. So the playground pieces are on a different lot because those were just too big to lay everything out here. So I will take you up to a different lot, showing that later on. But this is all of the items outside of that. So over here we have all of our windows. There is some like weird overlap. It's because wall heights are weird, but it's fine. So there is 13 different windows, which is a lot of windows that you can see right here. They are, there's like all different sizes. The one downside about all of the windows and doors is that there's only one wall height items. And this is the same thing with Enchanted by Nature, is that there was nothing to wall height or through wall height. Is it a big deal? Not really. But is it bothersome to me? Yes. So that's like my biggest frustration so far with this build buy pack, is that it's just all one wall height things, but I can get over it. Because I will say a lot of the doors and windows are rather tall, so like you can kind of get away with using them on 2 wall height and it doesn't look too off. Lots of windows though. Lots of windows, lots of different sizes and different styles. My favorite, honestly, is there's an entire like line of items in this pack, in the build buy catalog, that is like canvas. So you can see these windows. There's also doors that match and wallpaper that match. And it is like canvas. It's meant to look like canvas so that you can basically make your own custom tents or like a yurt. And I think it's really cool, and like the look of it is really nice, and it looks really realistic, and you can kind of, it makes it look like the windows are like plastic instead of glass, like how they are like a tent, and that I think that's really, really fun and clever. There's also several different wallpapers, and this one is all one, but they all have different swatches, so there's like 2 or 3 within each one. So we have some with like the deer and the tents, we have like tents or like a cabin with a fireplace, we have a Sasquatch, like Bigfoot one, and then this one has alien abduction, which I think is really fun. And then we have a stone right here, and it does have a matching floor, which I think is nice. And then all of the wood texture I'm going to show you, as well as like the trims for this wallpaper, they all have a matching floor to it. That is this kind of like paneling wall. I don't remember what it's called. It's slim cabin flooring, but it really looks like decking, like how like a deck, especially like an outdoor deck, has like gaps between the paneling. Like it looks really like that, so I like the look of that a lot. And it has some really beautiful brown swatches. Like I love like these like more like dusty, I don't know if that's like dusty is the right word, but like that's just the right word that feels right to me. But I like the more like almost like cooler tones I like usually like in wood better, and I like these ones that are happening right here. But these stone walls also have a matching floor. There's also a fireplace that matches it, that has the same texture, and there's a few other items that have like a similar like stone texture to kind of blend in with it. Then we have several different paneling. So we have this vertical paneling right here that to me honestly feels like a lot of other paneling that we have in the past in like recent packs. So I don't love it, but it's not terrible. And then we have this one, which is a thin paneling. So it's like horizontal paneling, but also vertical paneling. And I think it honestly looks really nice, and I think it's fun. And they all have matching tones. Like, so every wall swatch has the same color scheme. And then we have this paneling, which is more of an exterior paneling and more of like a classic wall paneling, and I think it's really nice as well. And then we have this one, which is a wide plank paneling. My wall wasn't quite long enough, so there's 2 up here. And then the last wall that we have is this canvas one that I was talking about, that comes in like the canvas colors. It comes in like blues and browns and greens and tans, and it has this like stitching look to it, and like it looks like canvas and not like a regular wall, and I really like that. There's also 3 different foundation trims that you can see here. This one matches the stone wall, and then these ones match the wooden wall, with this one matching the flooring as well. There's also matching platform colors as well with the stone and the wood one. There's not a matching platform for this one, but that's because you can't do that with platforms. There's also like a ton of doors. There are several 2 wide and several single wide, and they come a lot. They're like, despite them being 1 wall height, like they're pretty tall. Like this is a 1 wall height door, but it's almost at the top of it, so like it doesn't look too out there if you put it on like a 1 wall height. It doesn't look too out there if you put it on like a 2 wall height. But this one is like a cabin door, and it has like the mesh on the windows. This one is like a normal like cabin door with glass, and they all have the matching wood tones to go with like the walls and all the wallpapers and the flooring and everything. This is some more just modern looking doors over here, which I kind of like the modern looking doors a lot. And then this is another version of that other camp door, but it has glass on top and like the mesh on the bottom window part. And then we have like the more modern ones over here. So we have this like modern sliding glass door, and then this modern like front door, which I think they're fun. I wasn't expecting to have some modern items, but I guess it makes sense because there's kind of like the camping, like roughing it camping style, and then there's the more like modern retreat camping-esque style, so I feel like it makes sense. And then we also have a door and an archway that matches the canvas items, so you can see that is the canvas, and then these are called intense canvas arch, and so it just is meant to use for that as well. Then we have a cute little camp flag. There's a dormer, and all of the roof things except for the flags are shrunk down just for sizing purposes and like spacing, but these are a dormer. There is 2 chimneys as well, and this one matches the wall textures. There are also 2 different roof textures. These are just a few of the colors, and there's one trim so that it has the same trim for all of them. But this is the roof textures. We have 1 spandrel and 2 columns. We have a matching column to go with the spandrel, and we have a more like not so rustic, kind of meant for like the canvas builds and like the more modern build columns. There's also 2 fences. One is more of like a regular wood fence, and this one has like it's wood and metal kind of thing. And they both have matching gates for each swatch as well, which we love to see. There's also 2 different sets of stairs. We have one that matches the stone, and we have one that matches the wood, and it's open, and I really like that. And there is railings that match both of the fences in all the swatches. And unfortunately, for being an outdoor pack, there's only one piece of landscaping, and it's these hedges, and they're called Eligible Flower Topiary 1, 2, and 3. And I assume they have something to do with functionality and gameplay, and I don't know what it is, and I don't like them. I don't like them. That's all I have to say about those. Now on to the buy catalog. Everything that I just showed you was the build catalog. So we have 5 different beds in 2 different styles. So we have the single bed with the like log wood frame, and we also have a double bed that matches with all the same plaid swatches. And then we have the metal bed. So we have this one with a metal bed frame, same, pretty much all of the same like bedspread swatches. And then we also have the bunk beds that match. And there is the double bed that also matches. And you can also slot the double beds in the bunk beds as well. So 5 different beds, and they're really making up for not having a single bed in Enchanted by Nature, I think. And we have a ton of different types of chairs. We have like a stool, like plus like the stool, but like with a back. And then we have a bunch of like armchairs. And I will say with these ones, they very much look like recolors, and like not necessarily like a recolor, but like they look like a combination of several chairs. Like there's just a lot of chairs that have this kind of same look. And if you kind of see, like it's so similar with like the textures of the chair, so that's a little bit frustrating. This pack, like I kind of said this before, is it kind of feels a lot of like leftovers from other packs were put into this, and while it does feel cohesive, it still feels like leftovers. And this is one of the things, like it's still like the textures are like reused, which like I feel like I'm okay with textures being reused as long as like we like other parts make up for it. And I feel like with the gameplay, which I haven't even gotten to yet, I feel like the gameplay is going to make up for the lack of unique textures within this, but we'll have to kind of wait and see if I we'll have to wait and see if I still think of that at the end of this week. Then we also have these chairs over here. So we have 2 different dining chairs and then a bar stool, and these ones all here, these all match. They're all like the same like swatches and colors, which is kind of fun, but also like I don't know, I'm kind of annoyed by it as well at the same time. And we also have a couch without a matching love seat. There's a love seat, but it's not matching. And this couch also doesn't have arms, which is weird to me. And then we also have the love seat that has a matching ottoman, and it matches like the armchairs over here, as well as like this dining chair and the bar stool. So there's this whole like line of items that are like the same, that match throughout. And then this is a little dining table right here. We have a little like chest right there. We have this tray, which I was meaning to check if these slot. They do not. Okay, so those don't slot there. I feel like, is this the thing that the microwave slots to? I don't think it is, but it might be. No, so the microwave doesn't slot there. But this is like a little tray table. And then we have this table, which appliances will slot here. This is like a kitchen item kind of thing. And so like your appliances will slot to these tables, which is great. We have a dining table right here, which to me also feels like it came from eco. Like it looks just like it kind of blends really well into eco lifestyle with the like joints and everything. And there is a coffee table that matches as well, and that still has that feel. We also have a little like console table, the coffee table like I showed. We have a desk, which is, this is a really cute desk, and it comes in lots of colors. and it's like a folding desk. And so like it's half folded down, but it's like a cute little desk. And then right here on this table is a paper craft item. So this is like an activity item, and I couldn't put on the floor, like it doesn't slot to the ground, like it has to be on a table, so that's why it's here. But this is the paper craft item that you can use to do paper crafts and have that skill. And then we have some surfaces over here. So we have this cute little like shelving unit, this like cabinet cubby unit, which is really cute. We have this shelf right here with like games and photos and stuff on it. We have this shelf right here with some things on it. And I think these are all cute. I think these are all pretty cute shelves and like pretty usable. And I feel like they're nice, like decor item at the same time as being a shelf. We also have for like table and surfaces and stuff, we have a picnic table, which I like. At my summer camp, there was picnic tables all over, as it does at summer camp, and they were covered in decades of people writing on these tables and drawing, and you could go and like go look at these tables, and they have people signing them from like the 80s, which I think is really fun, from like when the camp kind of started out. So I like that they have all of like the handprints on it, because it kind of has that similar vibe. So I think that's really cute that we have that. And then we have our bathroom like plumbing appliances. So we have a sink, which I actually think this is a really nice sink that will be nice for other builds besides camp related stuff. Then we have this great shower that's like a kind of open shower. It's like an outdoor shower, and I really like it, and it has some nice colors like with the woods and everything. And then we have this tub. It's kind of like those like not barrels, but like galvanized steel, is that the word? Like tubs that like you might use like at a barn for like your animal water, like if livestock animal drinking fountain. These are just nonsense words. It's the kind of thing that you might use for like a bowl, like water, like to hold water for like livestock for them to drink out of. So it's like a tub made out of that, which I think is fun. And then something that's really new, but also it's new, but it's not, and it's sized down because I needed the space. So they are by default like that size. Is an in-ground hot tub. Now I think this is so neat and fun, and such like a unique thing to this pack that I would love to see more of these in the future as well, like more in-ground ones, because I think they're just such a fun time. So that is a really nice thing to have. And then we have our bar. So we have a bar back and then a bar. And I have to be honest, I'm so tired of having bars in this game. We get so many bars and like so many packs I feel like revolve around the bars that we get, and I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. We can have other stuff. Give me something that's not a bar. I'm just tired of it. And it's not anything like against this bar. Like honestly, I think this is fun. It doesn't like, there's not a lot of other ones that like look like this. So like I like it, but it's also, I'm kind of tired of them. And then along with like bar-esque things, we have 2 food trucks, like 2 little food carts. One has like healthy food and one is like a sweets truck. And we also have some other big items like these archways. So this is like a little like welcome to camp kind of gate archway. And then we have this one that's more like a banner archway, and it has banners that also match it that are like standing items. And then we have 4 different bathrooms. Well, there's the same bathroom, but like 4 different swatches for this bathroom. And then we have some ladders that go down into the water. There's 2 different ones. One has a dock attached, I think. One has this little bit, and one doesn't. I didn't swatch them all out, but they do come with different colors, all kinds of different colors, like the wood tones. And then going back over here, some more activities that we have the archery range targets. This is an unlockable one, and then this is the one that you can use from the start. We have the weights, the free weights, which I think is really fun to have. I'm excited to use these. I have a build for my Not So Berry. I'm on Grey General Not So Berry, who's very into the gym, and so he's going to run a gym with business and hobbies, and I can't wait to have these in there, as well as the stationary bikes. And there is a second one to this, but it's just the same one, except it's for the instructor, so it just has like the big space so that you can put them within it to like be able to teach the class. So it's the same thing though. We have a cute little fireplace, and also this might be my like favorite like fire pit that we have. I think it's cute. And then we have the kayaks that I love that we can place them here, and like they're like can be used as decor, but also like you can put them in the water and they'll be functional. There is a dresser right here as well. It's very cute. It comes in all of the like colorful swatches of colors. So it has like the wood tones, but also has like the painted versions of it. Over here we have 2 different curtains. It's definitely 4, but they're the same, just different heights. So we have this curtain that has like the cute little like plaid up top, and then a plain color on the bottom, which is like the grays or whites and blues and stuff. Then we have this one that's more of like a fold up one that is more meant to go with the windows for the yurts, which is over here. So we can like, it's kind of like looks like a tent window that you like roll up and like secure so it stays up. We have some really cute fun decor pieces, like larger decor pieces. So we have the little sign that directs you everywhere in camp, and then these banners that match the one that you can walk through, and it has some really cute swatches. I love this jellyfish one. It's just so cute. And then these are the same ones, just in a wood stand versus a little banner like this. There's this cute little like chest with like stuff on top of it. It's called the Journals of the Gibby Point Expeditioner. So it's a cute little like item you just have out there. And then we also have this like camp supply rack, which looks like it has like tents, maybe some sleeping bags, like camping chairs and stuff all wrapped up into there. So I think that's really fun. A little nice little thing to have. We also have the pool accessories. So we have 3 different diving boards. So we have the high dive, the like just normal nice one, and then we have like one that's more like worn out. And we have a water slide. I kind of was hoping there'd be multiple water slides, but at least there's one. At least there's one, but I would have liked a second one. We also have this really cute like terrarium. It's not quite a terrarium, it's like a habitat, but you can put your butterflies and moths in here. And I actually placed some in here. I don't know if you can see them because we're not in live mode, but you can put your butterflies and moths that you catch, which is one of the new things that you can do with this pack. You can put them in here and display them and have them as like pets, basically. There's also a new swing set, which does not snap onto the jungle gym for some reason. You would think it would be module to like place on there, but it's not. And then we also have this slide, and it has 2 different swatch versions of it, basically. So we have like the nicer, newer version, and then we have like the older, rusty one. And something that's fun with this slide is that if you're in gameplay and you have seasons, some cross-pack compatibility is if you're having like a heat wave and your sim slides down the slide, they might catch on fire. And I think that's so funny because the metal slides that like you would burn your legs on if you slid down if it was too hot. So I think that's such a funny little thing to add. And then over here for decor, we have a cute little plant, 2 different gallery wall items. So this one has like some artwork as well as like the little like flag banner bits. And then we have these ones that are photos, and there's 4 different swatches of 3 different styles. So we have them all in like different colors with different frames and everything. And this one is like more landscape. There's like a sheep. This one is more like outdoorsy adventure-y ones with like the fish and the kayaking. And then this one is just kind of like a mismatch of a bunch of stuff. And I think it's really cute. It has ducks exclusively for me. So I appreciate the ducks. And then other clutter we have, so for some more walls. And then for more wall decor, we have this really pretty mirror. I think it's really fun. And then we have these vintage posters for different like activities, and they have a dark and a light wood tone swatch for the frames. We have a fan that you can put on the floor or like on a table and like a bunch of different surfaces. This cute little tray for like drink mixes and supplies, a little holder for spoons, and I just love the meat tenderizer. I don't know why, but I think it's so funny. We also have pots and pans for the wall, which we only have one of these, and it's from Forest Ranch, so I'm excited to have another one of these. We have some ore decor for the wall in lots of fun little colors. I like all of these. I think these are like a fun little wall decor, and like we don't have anything that's really like this, so I think that's really nice to have. This is a wall decor piece that's paper craft. I don't think your sim can make this. It's just like it's just an option. Like it's not like an unlockable, but it's to kind of like tie in the like paper craft skill. There's 3 fireplaces. So we have this little one that's like a little furnace, and it has like a really nice like tile, like slate tile underneath it that is elevated. And I think that's going to be really fun to build with. And like, I'm going to love the look of that. Like, I really like how that looks. We have this one, and this matches the wall texture, like the stone walls. And I think it's a fun shape. I do wish some of these were taller, but I also just have this like hope in life that eventually they'll make us the fireplaces adjust heights based on the wall height, but that's not going to happen. It's The Sims. And then we have this modern one, which is honestly really nice. And I wasn't expecting a modern fireplace, but it makes sense because I just wasn't expecting any of the modern stuff. And then I remembered that that's kind of was half the point. So I like this one a lot too. I think this will be really useful in a lot of builds. Over here, we have 2 new appliances, which is a little mini fridge, and we have a blender. There's a lot of swatches to it. I just didn't want to swatch them all out. We were kind of running out of space at this point. But there's lots of different colors and swatches, and your sim can interact with this, and it can sit on this cart, or you can put it on like a counter or something like that. We have 2 rugs, and they're just so precious. Just look at these swatches. They're so cute. I really, really like these, especially this one with like the scalloped edge and like the little pink one. And then we have this over here. And these are the actual size. Like these, I didn't size it. These are all just the default size, but they honestly size down really well to like really nice sizes. And you can also size them up for some nice sizes as well. And I like that there's like ones that are very campy, like the kayaks, but there's also ones that like, I feel like I could just use these in a lot of my builds and not make it feel too like outdoorsy or rustic. We have a fun little kayaking sign right here. These are some unlockable items that you can get through doing skills and leveling up in those. So we have a little paper craft, paper mache heart, and a little display archery wall piece. And then we have the imaginary friends, which is a big part of the gameplay, but these are the build item of them, and they only have 1 swatch each of them, so then there's 4 of them, and they're kind of creepy looking, to be so honest with you. We also have a lot of lamps. So we have this little wall lamp, it's like outdoor wall lamp. We have a little table lamp. We have this really, really cute candle in like a little candle vase. This almost paper mache looking jellyfish lamp. This really cute little oar standing lamp. This is not a lamp, it's a clock, but they're right next to each other. So this is a clock with oars, and I think, or like not oars. It looks kind of like it's not, I don't think it was oars. It looks like a steering wheel, like for a ship, but it's actually arrows from archery. That's really cute actually. And then we have this lamp here, and then we have the jellyfish lamp, and this comes in all 3 heights for both of them. And then we have our early purchase items, which is the little kettle right here that comes in some really cute swatches. And then we also have the like heater, which I guess is a functional item. I've just never really used these before. And apparently some in Dine Out as well, but it also has a heater, which I think is fun. And those are only available if you purchase it before like November 15th or something like that. So if you buy it before then, you'll get those in your game. There's also another early purchase item of a pair of socks in casts that have like little s'mores on them. And they're pretty cute, but I don't know if they're fully worth it to buy the pack early if you're trying to like if you're waiting on like buying the pack on sale, but you're debating if making it not on sale for those 3 items. I don't know if they're worth it. The tea kettle is fun to have, especially if you don't have the other packs that have the kettles in them. But like otherwise, they're kind of just there. They're not like extraordinary. But that's all of the items in the catalog except for the jungle gym, like the playground stuff. So let me show you the playground stuff. These are the module playgrounds. I have every single piece out here in all the swatches. So we have the kind of like darker brown and the blue swatches. Not really darker brown. It's like a reddish tone. And then we have a light brown one over here and some pieces that I did not change the colors on. So we're gonna fix that as we go because I was distracted. And this is like little tic-tac-toe, but it's like little plum bobs. This one has tic-tac-toe, and it's like the more like sad beige baby swatches. Honestly, I think it's really fun. And then we have this dark brown one, which is also beautiful with like the green. I think it's really nice. And then we have the really fun, colorful ones. They remind me of clowns in like a good way. And this has void critters as the tic-tac-toe items, which I thought was so cute. This one also has void critters, and they're very similar color swatches. And honestly, I feel like you could like use these colors interchangeably, like these swatches together interchangeably, and like they would look totally normal, as well as this third one that's also the other color that also has void critters as the little item. But aren't these just so cute? So there's 2 different slides. There are 2 different like bridges. So we have the one that you can climb through and the one that you can climb across. We have the little like stair climb thing here. We have stairs there. We also have stairs that go up, and we have several different heights. We have 2 different heights of these bases, and we also have a lower base as well. So lots of different items, and you can configure this in so many different ways. Like the possibilities for the jungle gyms are absolutely endless. And I'm actually really excited to play around with these and see how the functionality is, how the gameplay works, what ages can play on them. Can adults play on them with the kids? Can they play them by themselves? Can teens use them? I don't imagine toddlers and infants can use them, but I'm excited to see how these work in my gameplay. I do wish that the swings would snap into them as well. Makes sense that they don't, but I feel like you could have had them snap into like one of these taller pieces or something, and it would have looked great. But it's okay. Actually, you know what? Let's see how that looks, even if it doesn't snap. So this is the swings. So you could easily make it look correct to have like the right swatch to match and like kind of tuck it in like that, so it's like still attached, or like on any of the sides really. And then you have your little like swing set. But that's all the items. So that is all of the jungle gym like playground stuff, as well as all of the other stuff. Overall, I think the items in this pack are really well made. I think they're really, really, really well made. They're like the textures are really nice. The colors are really nice, and they're uniform across the entire pack. There's no item where I sat and looked at it and said, why is this in this pack? Or why is it this color? Which I feel like is a very common occurrence for me with this game. There's always like something in a pack that feels really out of place. And I feel like all of this stuff feels pretty much perfect for it and on theme. Again, I do feel like this pack has a lot of items in it that, while they coordinate and they work and they're the right colors and everything, they still kind of feel like they're leftovers from other packs. I really hope they're not, but they do feel like leftovers because a lot of the things in this pack feel very, in terms of at least the gameplay, it feels very non-cohesive. It just feels odd that this pack has the module playgrounds for gameplay. It has like the whole custom lot system, as well as like the whole challenge system, like the competition system. And it just feels like a lot of stuff for one pack, which I'm not mad about. I will always take more stuff in a pack than less stuff. It just feels out of place for me for some reason. But like, it's also like, I don't care all that much. It's odd. I'd like to know. I'd love if EA would let me know why they did it this way. But I think honestly, the items in this are really good. If it's something that you think you would really enjoy, I think this is definitely worth $40 just with the build buy. I think the build buy is really, really good if you think it's something that you'd use. I don't know how often I will use these items, more so because I just don't build in this kind of like rustic camp outdoorsy style very often, but when I do, I will be using all of this for sure. I will say I will probably be using the playground equipment so often. Pretty much every house that has a backyard will probably have a jungle gym in it. I also see myself using all of the the gym equipment as well. Like this is going to be used in anything that has a gym. It's going to be used for that. As well as the sink. Honestly, I think I could use a sink a lot, as well as the fences right here. I think those are going to be really useful. But other than that, like there's a lot, like it's very specific stuff, which is always really great to have. And I do think it's more versatile than like Enchanted by Nature, but it still has that like style to it that I don't know if I'm going to be using it very often outside of like a very stylized build, but I do think the items are really, really well made. They're very good. They're beautiful. And this, again, the textures, the colors, the swatches, like everything looks really nice. And if there's something that you think you would really enjoy to build with, I would recommend getting this because I think the build by is just really, really nice. And I'm actually looking forward to building with it. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I also think the doors and windows will be nice with other builds too. And I feel like this also would go really nice with Horse Branch, maybe even Werewolves, because I feel like Werewolves has a lot of similar style stuff. And there's like a lot, I feel like there's a lot of packs that this will work with in terms of build by. And like, I honestly, I'd say like, if you're going to get this, like if you're looking at getting this for $40, I would highly recommend, like I would definitely get this like build by like an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 because it's really good. It's really good. Like it does feel like there's like some things missing. Like it would have been nice to have a toilet. I also feel like having like counters, like some more kitchen stuff would have been nice. Maybe like a new, like a full-size fridge or like a camping stove. Honestly, like a camping stove, like a portable camping stove would have been really, really cool actually. So that's why it doesn't have 10 points, because it doesn't have a portable camping stove that I just decided that I wanted. But honestly, I think this pack is really nice. I think everything in here is really, really good and well made. And I'd really love to hear your thoughts on it. Do you think you are gonna get this pack? What do you think about it? Is it your style? Are you gonna wait till a sale? Are you just holding off in general right now? Let me know. Let me know. And like I said before, if you decide to buy this pack, make sure you use code DizzyMissLizzy at checkout on the EA app or thesims.com. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.